Hello, I am back, and today we're going to talk about how to actually animate in Adobe Animate. So, for starters, what you need obviously is Adobe Animate. If you don't have Adobe Animate, just use stick nodes. I can't make a tutorial on that because I'm not really too well endowed with stick nodes. But you can definitely use it. Search up a tutorial on how to use stick nodes. It's really good. It's really helpful. It's better than flip a clip. And this right here is my the newest project I'm working on. You guys can't see all of it yet because I want it to be a surprise for the short audience I have. Anyway, what you want to do is let me demonstrate it right here. So when moving a stick figure, right? You wanna get a feel for where they're going or what they're doing. So right here, you can see this is the blue guy fighting the black guy, and the blue guy, he's lifted up his arms and he's hitting the black guy down to the ground, and the black guy falls and he catches himself and springs into action. Okay, now that may seem like a lot, but there's some key details I want you to realize. All right. When animating, you have to have a picture in your head of what you want to animate. So what I mean by that is I have a picture in my head. I want him to fall down, catch himself, and then spring into action like this, right? So I would draw him in sets is what I would like to call it. So I would draw him right here, and then I would draw him right here, and then I would animate in between that. So this is what it would look like, right? I would draw him standing right here, and then if I want him to move, right? Oh crap! If I want him to move, right? I would draw him down here, ready to spring in at him, jump at him, right? I want him to jump at him and spring at him, and then I would draw another pose of him actually doing the action, springing at him, going at him, right? Like this, full extend and everything, going at him like that. See, boom, boom. Well, first of all, or second of all, when you're animating a stick figure, you need to have a ground with them. But in my last video I said use this, so obviously turn on the object drawing and it will help you really a lot. When drawing stick figures or stick notes, make sure they have a base height. So right now their height is not equal because the blue character dropped down to the floor, and I just couldn't be bothered to make them equal. But when you're drawing stick figures or stick notes or stick figures or whatever, make sure they have a base height. So draw lines and make sure their height is adequate. So I could be oh, or first you could just draw the stick figure, right? And just so your stick figure doesn't run out of shape or get taller or get shorter when time goes on. So just to make sure your character doesn't get taller as time goes on when you're animating it, because this is the problem I had when I was animating before. My characters would get taller, and then they would get shorter, and then I would have it would just be a whole mess, and it would just look disgusting. But now when I'm animating, I realized that mistake, and I've tried to fix it. So what I've been doing is I've been setting up where they're actually gonna be, and I've been drawing headlines to where I know their body should be. So their body is right there, and so I will draw them in these headlines. I don't have it in this animation per se, because I just didn't, because I'm so experienced with it that I really don't need it. But for beginners, I feel like you should really have two lines that are, I think you should have two lines that are one's above and one's below, and so your stick figure can have that stance. You can draw him in that pose or whatever, and he can be an adequate height, an adequate stick figure height, right? Next, just do what I do, okay? When you're drawing a stick figure, you draw him, okay? And when you're punching, well, first don't draw your stick figure like that. Draw your stick figure straight, right? Or you can draw him in a pose, getting ready to fight, right? So he's getting ready to fight. And when you're drawing a stick figure punching, you need to, like I said, draw in between frames if you want to, or if you don't want to do that, you can just draw the end sequence. So him punching would be like opa, and dang, like there it is. He punched, like he threw a punch, right? He threw a punch, and in between that, in the in between frames, look, in the in between frames, I would draw him like going through the motions of punching. So right here, right, you see the blue guy is fighting the black guy, and he throws a punch, and watch what happens when he throws the punch. It's instant. It's like an instant punch. Like there's no wind up, there's no nothing. There's an instant punch because it's a fast punch, and I don't want it to be like all slow and taking up all the space, and it's a slow pace, right? But when you're doing a slow punch like this, well, that's not really a slow punch, it's a fast punch too. But when you're doing like a slow punch, I want you to make it slower, like make the frames more, I guess, more choppy, and make sure the character is actually winding up his punch and throwing his punch slow, like a heavy punch. A fast punch is a punch that won't do a lot of damage, but a slow punch will do a lot of damage. Remember that. Okay, so let me look at my frames real quick. So when making your stick figure, like I said, just draw your stick figure, just draw them out, or use stick nodes, because stick nodes is really good because you can have already preloaded stick nodes, so that'll be good. And you just want to make sure he's adequate height, so that's how you like. You can put you can put a line if you want to measure his height, to make sure oh, he's okay, this is the height I want, and you can have that across the whole animation. And then you could start animating. So what I would do, right, is I'll come over here to like the 4th, 5th frame, and I would just delete all the progress I have, and it will make like it'll still keep the stick figure, but it will just remove him for like on the 4th frame or the 5th frame. And I would draw him in like a see, if I wanted to jump like up here, then I can just I could draw the middle frame of him squatting down, like him already in the ready position, him squatting down, and then I can draw the end position of him going up, so like him jumping up and him doing the final, and I could draw him just like jumping up. I could draw him just jumping up like that, see, boom. And what I would do is I would look at this and I'd be like, okay, how can I draw my in-between frames? Like, what would it look like if I drew my in-between frames? So if he was coming down, I want it to be slow because it's a fast jump. So what I would do is I would we need you a little closer. But I would look at my in-between frames, and I'd be like, okay, draw more in-between frames between those frames, like this, like so, right? And I would draw my in-between frames, boom, boom, he's going down, he's getting down, and then whoo, he just jumps up. And it's a fast reaction too. Well, this should be really slow. So make sure there's an extra frame in between your frames if you using Adobe Animate. But that's basically like how I do it. Now for the fights, coming back here, I would draw the attacker first. So the person that's attacking, I would draw first. And so this will look like this. I would draw the person that's throwing the punch first, and then I would draw the person that is attacking next. I'll draw the person that is defending. I'll draw the person that is defending next, like after the person that's attacking. After I drew all of his movements. Let me animate that right now. Right, he's attacking, and now what I would do next is I would draw the person that is defending to defend himself. So I would probably just skip a frame, and then I would draw him putting his guard up, and as he's putting his guard up, the person attacks, and he blocks, and look, now he's blocking, and boom, I would just draw the person blocking his attack. So that's basically what I would do for the fighting side. So if you want to draw someone fighting, draw someone punching, just have the wind up, and then have them hit fast, and then have them throw another combination of hits or punches. Don't keep them all in one spot. Okay, have them move around so it looks realistic. Have them, have them, get pushed back. Have them, move around to make it look more realistic. Because if you keep in one spot, then it looks like they're just fighting in one spot and they're just standing still and like they're stuck and they're trapped. But always keep them moving. So people can see like, oh wow, yeah, this is a tense fight. People like they're pushing each other back, like it's going on, it's happening, it's crazy, right? So always keep them moving and always keep them, fighting for as long as you want them to fight, of course. But yeah, that's really it for my tutorial on how I animate. If you really want another tutorial, for the like 5 people that are watching this right now, just hit like, comment, subscribe, but tell me if you want any more tips or anything I missed for my animating. But yeah, that's really it. That's how I animate. That's all the knowledge I can give you for right now. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.